let me introduce myself. You can call me Ain, and this is my mediation partner, Aziza. So, what may I call you?
Okay, morning mediator. Okay, thank you. My name is Fahmi Jeffrey, but you can call me Fahmi. And for your information, this is my counsel for this mediation session. His name is Shi Kah Zeng.
Alright. And you?
Hello Miss Ain, morning. My name is Anis and I am the CEO of Apong Sindram Berhad. And by the way, this is my counsel Zati for today.
So I want to welcome you and make you as comfortable as possible. So we have drinks on the table, and there's a coffee and tea on the side of the room, and the restroom is just around the hall. So if at any time you need a break, just let me know, and we'll certainly accommodate that. So while we are talking about that, does anybody have any special needs? So if you have, just let me know, because we'll certainly able to provide you with all the necessary things that you need during our mediation.
I think you've made a really good choice to come to mediation today. Being able to do this here in private will certainly take a lot of pressure off of your side. So you've made a good choice to be in mediation. To bring this to court, you may have wait for months before you get here. Then the judge is only going to give you a day or portion of week to do it, and things you like to say may not be able to say because of the rule of evidence. But in here, each of you can say everything you need to say, and you can be here, and I think that's very important because I'm sure with the preparation of the trial, you probably haven't had an opportunity to hear each other.
Yes, and that's my role, to guide you and help you to hear each other and communicate with each other, and help you to explore all the possible options to work out the remaining issues and come to a resolution that will fit you, from me, and also Apong Sindram Berhad side. So again, congratulations for this choice. My credentials are that I am a mediator, and my partner also a mediator, and we also mediation trainer, as well as we practicing as a lawyer. But for today, we are not going to practice or to play the role as a lawyer, and you have a very fine counsel. And at any time, if you need to talk to your lawyer, so just feel free to tell me, and we'll try to arrange that. Okay? And also, if you like to talk to me alone in a private session, we can arrange that, and whenever you tell me, they will be confidential. Okay?
Okay, so there are several rules that make this work better. As I mentioned, it's confidential. So nothing that is said here can be used against you in court, or nor can anyone subpoena me to go to court to testify. So let me ask you if two of you would like to keep this confidential. Okay, that's very good. So we already have our first agreement. The second rule is that we will ask you for your full honesty and disclosure of anything that might help us to resolve this case, and you will agree to that as well.
Alright, thank you. So the third agreement is voluntary. So we may be here in court order, but the decision that you make will be your own, and no one can coerce you, neither your attorney, nor I, or Aziza, nor anyone else. So it's going to be your voluntary decision. So the two of you will be the decision makers. But if at any time you feel that you would like to leave this process, so that is your choice. Okay? You may do so. I would just ask you a favor. We agreed to stop and speak with me in private session to see if there some way we can put this back together, because I think you'll be leaving a very valuable session. And will you agree to that? And then the last one is mutual respect. So we've already agreed to talk to each other about using our first name, right? So I would like to ask you that you speak only from your own perspective rather than tell me what Fahmi thinks that or what he ups to. Just tell me what's important to you and what you need rather than tell me what her motivation is. Tell me what you like to see happen in the future. So I also ask you to be open-minded and flexible.
Okay, your attorney are going to have a little different role today than they have in court. I'm sure you hire them because they are aggressive attorneys who will do a good job for you in court, but this is not an adversarial process. If any time though you need to talk with them, may you do so, but the two of you are going to doing the talking today. So is everybody good on that? Alright, that's good. Let me explain a little bit about the 4 steps that we are almost done with the introductory step, the introduction. The second piece, I'll be hearing for each of you about what's important to you today, what are your concerns are, and what you'd like to achieve at the end of the day. Then we will throw as many options as we can think of and we will write them up. Then that will be the 4th step, and you'll have an agreement that your attorneys can review you, can sign off, and on that you'll be done. It will be over. So are you good to go?
Yes, okay.
Yes, sure.
Okay. So let's pass this agreement to mediate around so you may sign. So we are now at the phase 2. So Fahmi, you are concerned about terminations of your employment in Apong Sdn Bhd, which you claim to be without just cause and excuse. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Okay, start.
Okay, sure. This is the moment I buried for very long time. That's why I bring this case to the mediator, because I believe that there are some unfair situation and treatment that the company has done to me. Okay, let me start. I was terminated from the company with several reasons that I believe is ridiculous. Doesn't make sense. Their reason because I repeatedly coming late to work. I coming late to work because I have several issues. For example, I've just moved into my new house in Cyberjaya, so I'm new in that area. So I need to make myself comfortable with the what we say situation of my housing area. That's why I keep coming late to work. I not sengaja coming late to work. Then also this Apong, they also say that I take extended lunch break during lunch hour. I also have that reason for that attitude. It is because I'm allergic of food, certain food. So I need to find several restaurants that serve the food that I can eat. I have prescription, you know. Okay. The other thing I believe is the company also does not follow the procedure in terminating the employee, because there are also few employee who does bad than me but did not get terminated. So I believe that the company is treating the employee unfair. Some get special treatment, as employee like me does not get special treatment. That is why I don't have mood in doing my job. I'm not doing it properly because I feel that the company did not treat me properly and fair. I also feel that the company did not appreciate the work that I have done and look the achievement that I achieved. Like I nearly managed to get the big project, which is the Permata project for Apong Sdn Bhd. I think it's a big achievement because I was the person in charge for the project, and I should be given chances to finish it, but they terminate me in the halfway. So I think it's not a proper way. It was so sad that they treat me like that. After all the things I sacrificed, all the things that we have been through together, I actually love this company, but they treat me in the wrong way. I think this is why I believe that this termination be done without just cause and excuse. And that's all my story. I hope you can understand me. Thank you. That's all from me. I'm done.
Alright, we noted your concerns and we will now proceed to know the concerns on the part of the respondent. Can Miss Anis tell me a little bit more about that?
So, I believe that Fahmi has already laid down the reasons on why he was terminated. The fact that he repeatedly coming late to work, taking extended lunch breaks during working hours, unauthorized absence, failed to observe the company's procedures. I cannot believe, Fahmi, you did that. And unfit behavior. Well, I can list down all the reasons why he was terminated. So yeah, we as a company believe that it cannot be tolerated at all. So if for once or twice, I really don't mind. But I really understand that every employee sometimes need their time out and all. But this is too much and we cannot take it. And for your information, it's not solely based on my decision. I've been receiving a lot of complaints from his superiors and we've been discussing this matter in board meeting. And as a matter of fact, we did an inquiry with him. Do you remember, Fahmi, that inquiry session? So yeah, so I honestly don't really understand which part that it was so in hurry in terminating you, Fahmi. So yeah, I don't have anything else to say because it is a justifiable termination. That's all. Thank you.
So we have now coming to the third stage of our mediations. So it's time for the both sides of the dispute come to propose the best solution that you have, and we will discuss about it. Okay.
In order to solve a problem, I would like to describe some situations and propose some solutions. My client still got one more project with Apong Sangria Berhad under his supervision. My client thinks that it's unfair to him if the company didn't pull back the decision to terminate him, and my client thinks that the company should let him to finish the project. So, because my client feels a sense of responsibilities as he was the person who managed to get the project for the company. Also, my client realized that he makes a mistake in the situation that he left his employer with no choice. So we do know that the people make mistakes. So my client promised that he would show his better side and promised to be a better employee. My client also wanted them to set a new contract that stated they can have it on trial if they didn't trust my client, but they have to pay my client during a trial. My client didn't mind to get a cut in order to gain his employer trust again. Lastly, my client will make sure that the project will be owned by the Apong Sangriang Berhad, but they have to ensure that my client will get a permanent contract of the employment and increase his salary.
Alright, now the company side may now propose your solution.
Thank you, Ms. Aziza. So after having some discussion with my client and taking all matters into consideration, we had agreed on several number of solutions, and so here are several number of solutions that my client and I think is fit and just for the sake of the company. So first, my client will stick with their decision to terminate Fahmi as their employer, since the ground of Fahmi's termination was based on just cause and excuse. And secondly, my client willing to accept Fahmi as their employee if Fahmi agree that his salary will be deducted 50% of his salary while working with Apung Sdn Bhd, and he will change his attitude.
Start.
Third, since Apung Sdn Bhd suffered a loss of 1.6 million due to the cancellation of Permata project managed by Fahmi, my client will agree to accept Fahmi as their employee if Fahmi may agree that he will manage to get back the Permata project, as well as he will promise that he will change his attitude and become a good employee. And despite of that, in order to secure my client's interest, I'll prepare a contract between Fahmi and Apung Sdn Bhd. And the sole objective of this contract is to ensure that Mr. Fahmi will always comply with the rules and procedure of the company, and in the event of he violates any of those rules, he will be terminated within 24 hours without no notice. That's all.
Well, congratulations to Fahmi and the company of Apung Sdn Bhd. We reached a complete agreement on all the issues, and it seems like an agreement that you both can work with, and I feel good about. And let's review it. And my partner Ain, Miss Ain, have written it out here.
So now, we as the mediators for this dispute have laid down all the solutions provided and proposed by Fahmi's side as well as Apung's side. Alright, I have written it out here and I'll pass it around for everybody to sign our memorandum of understanding to settle our dispute. Okay, so here. Yes.
And then your attorney will take this memorandum of understanding and put it in legalese and bring it to the court for the court signature, and everything will be finished. So I wish congratulations to both of the